Hello Leo, welcome to your October reading. I hope that you're well and I hope that you're doing amazing today. My dear Leo, just as I'm doing this very quick shuffle, brief mention that if you are listening to this reading before 10 of October, you can still enter a competition to win a free reading with me, and all the details will be in the description below on how to do that. And it's very simple as well, so don't miss out on the chance of winning it. And also I'm offering really good discounts until end of the month, and that's if you're interested in working with me one-on-one. Okay, so let's put some cards on the table for you, Leo. We have King of Swords as your main energy. Now that's not usual energy for you, so I'm actually quite intrigued what that's going to manifest like for you. We have Page of Wands. Okay, we have Tower, so some changes coming in. We have the Moon. Very interesting. 5 of Cups, 3 of Wands, and 4 of Wands. Let's put another row. We have Queen of Cups. Okay. We have the World. Something is going to end for you. 8 of Pentacles. And we have 9 of Swords and 7 of Swords. Now I am actually tempted to pull maybe 1 or 2 more cards from the Oracle deck, because it's actually quite deep reading here. It's kind of emotional that I'm feeling as an energy. So okay, we have a feminine energy and maybe 1 more. Ancient wisdom as well. Okay, let's get started, Leo. So you know, it's going to be quite emotional month. I mean, just by looking at, you know, the Moon, the Tower, 9 of Swords, you really kind of going over something in your mind. There is an ending to something. The World card is signifying that certain cycle, certain thing in your life is finishing. And I do feel like this could be to do with connection to someone. There is a connection to someone that I think it's going to end, it's dying. And if it's not dying slowly, the Tower card will definitely bring that energy to you. And it's quite fascinating because it's like you kind of resisting this. You want to continue reflecting on that. There is something that it makes you feed on it. Now I'm not really sure exactly how to describe that, but here with the King of Swords as your main energy, I wonder whether you're denying yourself of acknowledging the situation just as it is. It's like almost, you know, getting to the plain facts is going to be hard for you, but I think eventually you will, because that's where the universe is coming in with the energy and is going to help you to move forward. I feel like there is some things that haven't been said. There's a bit of a secrecy going on. There's things that haven't been really fully visible to you and this other person. You potentially have a really spiritual and psychic connection to someone. Now of course this could be romantic, but don't get me wrong, this also could be somebody that you have a incredible friendship with, or somebody in your family. So we are talking about somebody that you really connected to. It's almost as you have this psychic bond, and even if you don't communicate together, you feel each other. So I feel like one of you perhaps is moving forward, and you know, it's very likely that the other person, and you're feeling that this is, you know, this is breaking apart now. The bond is coming to, I mean, I think you will always have that bond, but that connection is dissolving. And I do feel like you feel this ending. You may have a little bit of sadness and grief, and you're looking at what's been lost here as an opportunity. And you know that this is coming to a full cycle, essentially, Leo. And you know, in many ways, I actually feel like you have moved forward anyway, and you know that this was coming. Here with the 3 of Wands and 8 of Pentacles, it's almost as it was like cooking anyway, if that makes sense. It's it's not a surprise for some reason, but you still don't want to necessarily acknowledge that ending. There is a milestone that it's arriving to your life around that relationship, and you know it's ending. It is ending, and whether you're gonna go through this together or separately, you know, this could vary from circumstances to circumstances, from person to person. But I do feel like there is clearly a worry in your mind, and you may be even getting visions and dreams, and you feeling that person, and yeah, you know, it's mostly coming to you at night. It's mostly when you go to bed and you finally quiet in your mind and your soul, and this is where that feeling comes in. So, you know, you have this ancient wisdom and feminine energy, and I feel like with these both cards, we're really talking about this connection that goes way longer than this lifetime. I feel like you've shared a lot of lifetimes here. You've shared a lot of wisdom and a lot of experiences together. And also here with the feminine energy, again, I feel like there is this psychic connection, because I also have a Queen of Cups, but I don't want to kind of repeat myself here. So I just want to say, in terms of the new insights here, that things will move forward for you, whether you kind of want it or not. It's just going to be a question of how much you're going to resist to that. Page of Wands is really telling me that there is a fresh energy coming in, but the challenge is how you're really going to handle that feeling, and whether you want to keep escaping certain feelings that you have for that person, or maybe things that needed to be communicated but you haven't. It's almost as that game that you're playing with yourself of running away and chasing certain idea that you have in your mind. So let's put a couple of more cards. Sorry, I was just muting my phone because it's giving me some notifications in the background. So let's put couple of more cards, just see a little bit more about this connection. Okay, so we have Page of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, okay. We also have King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and 3 of Swords. You see, the story is unfolding for me still in a very similar way and in a similar energy. So what I see here is that something has been happening for quite some time. There was an opportunity maybe to create something together or be together, but it was so fragile, and something really ended quite abruptly. It was almost as one of you gave each other that stab in the back. Now, I'm not saying this happened in a vicious way, but it was really tough ending, sudden ending. And I feel like one of you, very likely you, got very aloof, very emotionally disconnected, very withdrawn, and almost as, you know, one of you tried to control, maybe two of you even, try to control these emotions and really keep them away from the public, if that makes sense, public view. But I feel like there's a desire for bringing a little bit of that peace again, and maybe trying to reconnect, to rebuild something, not even as a romantic relationship, but perhaps as a friendship. And there is just kind of that offer of peace. It's just like, can we talk again? Can we really understand what happened? Now, the fear over here is that this is not going to bring the same results. The fear is that there is already somebody else involved in one of your lives, and the fear is like, well, what that's going to bring if I reach out, if we talk over this, like, what's the purpose of it? And I think that's why you are so much in your head. Wow, Leo, so you've been thinking about it for quite some time, you know, and I feel like it's been really tormenting. And I would just say, just really just do it, just reach out and talk. And, you know, if it's going to be not what you aimed for, at least you're going to really let that thing off your shoulder. Like, your heart is a pain and you're really going to have to live with that for so long. You have a passion here, you know, there's still a lot of passion between you and that person. And of course there's a question mark, does this have a chance still as a relationship or as a partnership? But most importantly, there is a love between two of you, and no matter what, I feel like that reconnection could be something quite as a beautiful thing, to at least tell each other as a heart to heart of what's really been sitting in your soul for so long, something that's been hidden. Remember, the moon is that hidden information, that hidden feeling, that connection. It's just, I'm feeling it for you, Leo. Okay, so let me see, what else do we have it here? Oh, and I just feel, Leo, like you would feel so much lighter if you stop escaping that, if you just kind of take that little responsibility. You see, round and round, it's that energy of just going around and round circles, and it's time to break the pattern. 25 adds up to number 7 here, and 7 is moving forward. It's really taking control emotionally for your life and moving forward and breaking perhaps patterns that you've been following for quite some time. It's really time, Leo. That's all I have really to tell you. It's really time. Something is being, you know, closing for you. There's a closure, there's a new life cycle for you, for the other person, and it's a great opportunity for reconciliation. So you might be that person that need to kind of trigger that. You might have to be that person that reaches out and stop escaping it. Everything will be fine. Maybe you're just overthinking things, because there's always going to be that bond and spiritual connection, but it's just kind of like, it's time to really set things from the new place, whatever that place is for two of you or two of you separately. All right, Leo, I hope that this made a little bit of sense to you and you managed to resonate with some parts of the reading. And I truly and sincerely wish you all the best, and I'm giving you a very warm hug virtually, and I hope that we will speak soon again, and bye for now.